Welcome to 12 Days of Creativity, a music production challenge that helps you finish more music and gets you creating. I'll guide you through crafting a full track in 12 videos, blending technical insights with confidence-boosting tips. More info and how to enter, check out the link below. One person will also have a chance to win an amazing gift bundle. Everybody who finishes the challenge will also get some amazing production-related treats, and whoever is the most active sharing their process in social media will get a surprise gift. Big thank you also to the sponsors of this series. Now let's get creating. Day 12 and we got this far, well done. Now we're going to talk about how to find your individual sound. I want to share with you one of my favorite theories, and it's called the Helsinki Bus Station Theory. It's by Arno Minkkinen. I can't get myself seriously with this one. I'm going to put it back when I being less serious. He talks about careers, and especially creative careers, but I want to apply the same theory and talk about how we can find our own sound. So imagine that you're in a bus station and there is many platforms, and each one of them is basically a career direction, or maybe in this case it's different genre or different style. You have a lot to choose from. A lot. So what we will do is we will pick the one that we like the most and we will hop on it. And now it leaves the bus station and you're still in the inner city of Helsinki in this point. And each one of those stops is a year in your life. But while you're sitting in a bus, especially in the first years, you will see that what everybody else is doing. You're seeing the different genres. You're still seeing the different options because kind of all the buses are going next to each other because they're all the same kind of routes. And you compare yourself to others and they compare themselves to you. You're learning the foundation of your craft. And in this case, obviously for us, it's the basic tools of music production. And in some cases, you want to go back. You want to go back to the station. I did many times, I think, in my first years. I went back to the station. I took another bus. But the thing what Minkkinen says is that stay on the bus. Stay on the bus. Find a bus that you feel most comfortable with and don't keep on for your whole rest of your life just staying in the inner city and going back to the station and coming back and all that. Stay on a bus, and what starts to happen is that the bus gets out of the inner city, goes to the countryside, finds its own path, and you still have the foundation, you have the learned experience, you know what's out there, but you're not comparing yourself anymore to others. You know where you want to belong, and you can create your own route. If you're still in the inner city bus stops, it's okay that you're not gonna like this track. It's okay that you're still searching. It's okay. I am someone who's gone through this and I identify with this theory so much. I've been a musician all my life, a music producer about 10 years. I've never known my genre. I never known who I am, where do I belong in music, what is my sound and what does it even mean to have a sound and do I need to have a sound and all this. And I've realized in the last couple years that as Liina Turtonen, so me, I don't have a sound. I am everything. My taste varies. I just love everything. I like making everything. But as a LNA, I found a box called House Music that I feel very comfortable with of LNA being there. And I am not LNA fully. I am Liina Turtonen, and Liina Turtonen is many things, but LNA is part of me. LNA, that is also my career. That's where I earn money. That's my business. That's my work. But it's also a piece of my artistry that I'm taking from all the learned experiences, all the techniques that I've learned, and I'm putting it into that. And I've only figured this out in the last couple years, and I'm in my 30s now. And I'm sad that we are told that we need to know this already in our 20s, but it's literally almost, you are very lucky if you know anything about yourself in your 20s. And now I will share my favorite practical tips on how you can also get out of the inner city and also find your own way. Again, it can take a lot of time and that's okay. Be patient. Now I can put this back. Look at it. Santa's in my head. Tip number 1, genre is probably the hardest one. I found house music. How I found it was that I was listening hours and hours and hours of just random playlists in Spotify. When I found music that I really liked, that somehow spoke to me, I added to my own playlist. And then from that, I started to figure out what's common with these tracks. And the common factor was that most of them were kind of down-tempo, chill house music. There was always that part of me that always wanted to make electronic music, but because I was classically trained, I always felt that that world wasn't for me, until I realized again that I'm not comparing myself on those bus stops, but I'm getting myself out of the inner city and I can do whatever I want to do. Why can I not combine those two worlds? That takes me to the second tip. What are the musically the most easiest, most comfortable instruments and sounds that you find? So for me, it's very organic sounds like violin, because I grew up playing violin. I was producing this track yesterday. I had a panic because this track doesn't have a violin in it. And I felt, is this enough me? Example, it has the percussion sound. And actually the sounds a bit like violin plucked. So I felt comfortable enough then to just leave it. That I don't need to put violin in this one. I love this sound. So for me, I went back to my childhood. I went back to my youth where I grew up playing violin. I always kind of thought that that's not the identity I want to have, like being the violinist girl. But I realized that actually that's one of the most comfortable and easiest instruments for me to play. I grew up with it, so it's super easy for me to improvise with. So the same thing with keys and piano, and that's why I love push, I love keyboards, is because I grew up around piano, I grew up playing piano. So for me, those two instruments are the key. When I feel lost and I feel like I don't know why it doesn't sound like me, I need to go back to the basics. For me, it's violin and piano. Just think what is important to you. Usually it comes from childhood. Figure out what are those childhood sounds for you. So as I promised in the beginning of this challenge, that I will try to set up an example. I will try to finish this track to release it. I am happy to tell you that that's gonna happen. When this video comes out, it will be out to stream, so, and to buy from the links down below. I mixed it and I mastered it, so I have actually a mixing series, a free mixing course and a mastering series on my YouTube channel, so go and look those up. If you are very not familiar with mastering and you're very confused about it and you just want to get your tracks out and you are not in a massive budget to get someone else to do the mastering, there is a brilliant option by DistroKid to master a track. And remember, if you finish this challenge, if you go to the last step of this challenge on my website, then you will get a very, very nice discount from DistroKid by the end of this month, because there is a master a track option in DistroKid. So let's go there and have a look. Here we go. Let's upload a track. Here we go. We have the mastered version and we have the original version. So let's have a listen how this sounds. Ooh. Definitely compressed. Very nice. I'm interested to hear how everything else sounds. Wow. So this is the original. Yeah, it's quieter, but... So maybe if I want to have a little bit lower intensity. Yeah. So let me see how it sounds warmer. Let's put really warm and then compare it. Bass. And brighter. And then it allows us to download the master track. That is actually very impressive. I've tried a lot of these different type of AI type of mastering devices, and I think this is a very nice option for anyone who wants to master it quickly, get it out there, low budget, hopefully this will give you some motivation to just publish your tracks, just get them out there. And it's nice that there is tools like this to make it a step easier for us. So here we go, the end of 12 Days of Creativity. I just want to thank the sponsors of this series, Baby Audio and DistroKid, again for sponsoring this, because without you and your support, I could not have done this, because it's a lot of work, and these sponsors really help so that I can deliver all this for you all for free. This challenge will be up on my website for years to come, which means that you can do it over and over and over again. Doing these challenges again will get you away from the inner city and one day cruising along on the countryside, feeling comfortable in your own artistry, not comparing to others, just doing it for yourself. Now in 2024, I will challenge myself to make a track a month. And what will help me with this is the fact that I'm doing these type of challenges in my Patreon monthly, all year round. And having the community, the kindest, the most sweetest community behind me will help me to do that. So please come and join us and improve your creativity and your confidence. Thank you so much for joining this challenge, and I'll see you next year.